Hello, this is Julie Moore, principal at Discovery Middle School. I want to welcome you to our screencast for incoming 7th grade students at Discovery. This information was to be presented at our parent information evening on Tuesday, February 4th, but due to the weather, we had to cancel that. We hope you find this information beneficial. Some of it is very similar to information you would have received last year, but we just feel like we need to go over a few items and help you with information regarding courses. Here are some names to know. If you have questions, these are the people that you can contact. Courtney Dickerson, the assistant principal. Bill Scott and Kathy Shevlin are the guidance counselors. Bob Willis is our athletic director and is also in charge of the intramural program, which 7th graders can participate in. Tracy Manus, our school nurse. Melanie Bolin, who's the administrative secretary, and Marcia Klein, who's the attendant secretary. Our mission at DMS is to inspire and equip all learners to discover their voice and unlimited potential. Similar to what we are doing this year, we have some ways to support students throughout the day. One thing we do is SSR, Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and that is 15 minutes of uninterrupted reading time, and students do that with their first hour class. During this time, we also do some intervention for students who might not be proficient in certain skills, particularly in math and ELA. So your student may be pulled out of SSR from time to time to work on skills. We also have an advisory program that meets every Wednesday morning, and it's 25 minutes long. And hopefully they will stay with the same teacher all 3 years, so they'll have the same teacher next year that they did this year. During that time, we do lessons on character education, we do grade checks, we help the students get organized, or just have some class meetings. And this is a great time for them to work with teachers and to make connections to other students. Similar to this year, again, grade reporting is done through PowerSchool. So hopefully you know how to get onto PowerSchool already. If not, you can contact the guidance department and they can help you get connected. And we still do grades every 6 weeks. And the only time we will mail grades will be at the semester. Any other time you can request them, or you can just get onto PowerSchool and see what their grades are. Grades are focused on learning goals, and so we're looking for the students to be proficient in certain skills and concepts within the content area. And then separate from those grades are life skills, and that is something like responsibility, and we give them a grade that is not tracked anywhere. It's not put on their transcript. It's just information for you to know how they're doing on some of those life skills, because that is not part of their academic grade. School hours will continue to be 7:15 to 2:20. Students will have 8 classes a day, and they have 4 required classes: ELA, math, science, and social studies, and that's the same as this year. In addition, they'll also have PE and health that will alternate with computers. That, again, is similar to what they're already doing this year. They'll also have an apps class, which they had this year, which is a problem-solving class. If they are proficient and on track in their math class, then they will go into an apps class. If they are struggling in math and need some extra help, they will be assigned to a learning strategies class where we'll focus on some skills that they are not proficient in. That is something that will be assigned. It is not requested or something that you sign up for. We will look at student data and determine who needs that class. Students will also take literacy innovations, which they took as 6th graders. The difference is that next year that will focus more on a speech curriculum, and speech will not be a class that the students can take as an elective in their 7th grade year. They can in 8th grade, but the speech curriculum will be mixed into the literacy innovations class. And then they can get, they'll have electives as well. Building layout won't change, so hopefully all the students will feel comfortable with where they're going. 7th and 8th graders are on the opposite side of the building as 6th graders, and they should pretty much feel comfortable with where everything is in the building as of now. And then the electives will continue to be spread throughout the building. Students will still have their own locker. It'll just be on a different side of the building. Schedules will be given out at registration in August like they were this year. Class length will continue to be 45 minutes, lunch 22 minutes, and they'll have a combination lock on their hallway locker, and they will need to provide a locker or a lock for their PE locker as well. Within PowerSchool, usernames and passwords will be given out at registration. Students will also get them, and we will make sure that students are comfortable logging in to PowerSchool so that they can check their own grades. This is information we already went over, but just wanted to reiterate the required courses that students need to take and then the other options that they have. Again, this is just review information. This hasn't changed from the current school year, but we try to keep the interruptions in the classroom to a minimum. And so if you bring something for a student, we'll try to give that to them during passing period or at lunchtime. We do not accept personal deliveries because we do not have space for those things, and they are not allowed to take them on the bus. So we ask that you do not send things to school for birthdays or Valentine's Day. Students, if they're expecting a delivery, can check at the attendance desk with Mrs. Klein between classes or at lunch, and we'll make sure that they get it. The only time we'll intercom into a classroom is if students are checking out for an appointment. We have several ways that students can be involved at Discovery Middle School. You can see the intramurals that we have, and this it's not limited to this list. If we have kids who want to do something else, we certainly will do it. We had great success this year with our intramurals, and we hope to continue that into next year. On the right side are a list of activities that students can be involved in, and we encourage them to do as much as they feel comfortable with. In 7th grade, they still can't participate in interscholastic sports, but they can prepare for 8th grade. And so this is a list of what we offer for 8th grade sports. We do combine with Liberty Middle School for our teams. And this is a look at what we offer. Students can talk to Coach Willis if they have questions about any of these programs. If you have questions about health services, you can contact Tracy Manis, our school nurse. There is a link on the website. At registration, we will need updated forms. We will make those available this summer for everyone so you can fill them out and bring them to registration. We also will have forms that you can fill out if you want your students to be allowed to take Tylenol at school or to be given medication at any time. When students go into the 8th grade, they will be required to have a Tdap shot in order to start school. So that is something to think about. If for some reason you would get one this year for your student, then go ahead and turn those records in to the school nurse. We have several ways to help keep parents informed. We have a Twitter account, and we also have a Facebook account and one for 8th grade athletics. We also encourage you to look at our website. On our website, you can join the email list and you will get daily announcements so that you can keep up with what's going on at school. As always, if you have questions about something that's going on, we ask that you first contact the teacher. They should be your first line of communication. After that, we are welcome to meet with you, to have meetings with the teachers or with an administrator or counselor. We ask that you check class websites to look for homework or any class information, and then to keep up on PowerSchool with student grades. The drop-off and pickup procedures will not change from what they are this year. In the morning, we ask that car riders will come in through the back area. You'll enter through the north and exit through the north. Just do a loop. Students can come in at 6:55 and wait for the 7 o'clock bell. And up until 7:10, you would go through the back. After 7:10, you can enter through the front of the building. We ask that you just follow the procedures that we set forth on the first week of school and follow those throughout. Bus riders will be dropped off in the front of the building at the start of the day, and they will be released into the building at 7 o'clock. And here's just a diagram to show kind of how you will enter the facility and exit the facility. You'll go in the north side and exit on the north side. And then in the afternoon, car riders will be picked up in the front loop, and then bus riders will go through the back of the building. So it's really just the opposite of what happens in the morning. And there is another diagram to show you what it does in the afternoon. You'll enter on the DMS side and you'll exit on the South Valley Middle School side. As always, if your student is going to be absent, we ask that you call the school by 8:30 a.m. to let Mrs. Klein know that they will not be there that day and what the reason is. If you do come to the school, please remember that you do need to check in through the front desk. You'll ring the doorbell and come in. Only parents and guardians who are in Power School will be allowed to check students out from school, and that is obviously for safety reasons. If there's anybody that you want to be allowed to check your student out, you will need to have their information entered in Power School. And finally, here's a list of our current PTSA board members, and some of this may change for next school year. If you're interested in serving on our PTSA, we would love to have you, and you can contact one of our board members to let them know. If you have any questions between now and the end of the school year, please don't hesitate to call the school, and we will help you feel comfortable with anything that you still have questions about. We appreciate you watching this screencast, and have a great day.